Hello, sexy girls. I'm making a video for you today on how to be confident, which is interesting because I've never actually considered myself to be a particularly confident person until kind of recently. But I've been told in my life that I come across as a confident person, which again is interesting because in my mind I'm still like an insecure middle schooler. But also I made a video last week and a lot of people were commenting like, oh, like, you know, like your style makes me confident, how you act makes me confident, which is so sweet. And I was just thinking about that and I was like, okay, I should tell you about like how I sort of hacked my brain, I think, to be more confident. Also, I was talking to my friend, a good friend of mine, a BFF, if you will, who will never watch this video, so I can talk about her freely. But she's like just like a not very confident person, and to me, it's so like, I don't know, girl, like put on glitter eyeshadow, like whatever, like do whatever. Like I'm very like obviously like no one told me to shave off my eyebrows, but I did it. Like I don't care, and you know, like she for so long was so scared about dyeing her hair, like years. Like I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. Like I'll look weird. Like da da da. And like she had so much doubt about it. And to me, like it was driving me crazy because I'm like, girl, do it. Like who? Like if you hate it, like they make color oops for a reason. Like who cares? If you hate it, then just dye it a crazier color. Like, and she's like, oh, what if I can't get it out? Okay, then dye it blue. Like I don't like do something crazy. Like I'm just like whatever. But so like I like it drives me crazy, but also I get it because I used to not be very confident at all. So I'm gonna give you my advice as to how to be confident, how to sort of like get that part of you and get that part of you going. Also, speaking of confidence, this is like an old Abercrombie top that I found at a thrift store, and they did not play about this baby doll because like I have no boobs and like I kind of have cleavage in it. It's crazy. Like it's like so pushed. Anyways, like I was just like distracted by myself. But anyways, confidence. Hello. But anyways, so basically, first of all, first and foremost, I don't think that there's any such thing as like true confidence, unless if you're like one of those like, you ever meet like a 50-year-old woman who like definitely like has just like an impenetrable like aura, who like has like this like you ever just like meet a woman who like definitely chain smokes shit cigarettes and like wears like $2 glitter eyeshadow, but like she's definitely living her best life. Like that's a person who's like, I'm like, okay, you are truly confident. Like you've truly seen all of life and still like come out and like been like amazing. Or like, I don't know, like maybe if you're like really like, not to be like dark, but like if you're like really addicted to drugs, then you're like probably truly confident because like you don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Everyone gives a little bit of a fuck sometimes. Like you will, if you are aware of other people existing in the world, you will be insecure at some point. It's true. Like it's true. And I think that people are situationally confident in situations where they feel like they have power or they have control over something. Not to sound like crazy, like that sounds like so like narcissistic, like, oh, I have power over you, therefore I will. That's not what I mean. I just mean like when you're introduced, like when I'm introduced to a new situation, like I consider myself someone who feels pretty comfortable talking all of the time in front of almost all the groups of people, except sometimes like I'm in a class right now where I don't know anyone and it's a really small class. It's like 8 people. I don't like talking in there. I feel weird about it. I feel like my jokes don't land. It feels like I don't like anyone in there. I don't like talking. And it kind of puts a damper on me because I feel like I'm good at talking. So the fact that I can't right now, it's like what's going on? Like, ew, no, you're like hacking my system. But yeah, what I'm saying is once you know that it's kind of a game for not a game, once you know that most people who are confident aren't really that confident and do shut down sometimes, I feel like it helps you because once you have had confident experiences, you know that it's like not really that real, and then you realize you can just do it all the time because it's like, if it's like you're not, yeah, you're faking it, but everyone else is confident is also faking it. They are also worried about what you think of them. They just like, if I went into a room and like I felt like everyone hated me, I would probably be a little bit more scared. But I mean, I do also go into situations where I know people don't like me and I still act like myself anyways, but that came with practice. So what we're gonna do, well, okay, then I'll tell you about my other tips. So now that you know that no one is that confident, unless if you are asleep or like have no idea what's going on, or if you've like really been confident for so long that you've transcended the barriers. I hope I do that at some point, but again, now that you know that most people aren't really that confident, you know that you can get in, you can lock in as well. Like there's nothing barring you from that experience. You can be in it. It's a mindset, I guess is what I'm saying. Um, how I know this is because I'm gonna use my pencil now. How I know this is because feel free to follow it if you feel like it, but if you're not into that, it just exists. For my lecture, I used to be super insecure because I used to be I wasn't really confident. I was not into how I looked. If you want, you can scroll to the bottom of my Instagram to see when I used to have long hair and eyebrows, and it was really a time. And I was cute back then too. I archived like so many of my old posts, so you can't see when I was truly embarrassing. But I really didn't like how I looked for a long time, most of when I was growing up, and I felt really like broken because everyone I knew was getting in a relationship and everyone I knew was dating and people were into them, and I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I don't know, like we went to like parties and like events. Actually, I shouldn't say parties. That was the other thing. I never went to a high school party ever. I didn't. We went to like, I was in theater, so I went to like theater things, which is embarrassing, but like the people also, speaking of confidence, all I'm doing, you might think I look glam and gorge, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel a pimple forming here, and I'm looking at it, and it's red now, and I like want to die. So again, it's fake most of the time. But anyways, what I was gonna say, I like felt like not cute. Again, this isn't like a sob story. Like everyone feels not cute sometimes. But anyways, I felt not cute. Felt like I wasn't like, felt like I wasn't glam and gorge. It takes a while. And that's another point. 1 second. We'll get there. Another point. So basically, never thought I was glam and gorge. I felt like all my friends got attention. I didn't. I felt really insecure about how I looked. And I really think, and the other thing is too, like, I really like people who are really like mean and judgy. And I say this, I really think I was kind of a judgy bitch, especially when I was like in middle school and like part of high school. Like I was really insecure, so I was a judgy bitch because I was kind of projecting. Don't do that. That's bad. It projects bad emotions. If you feel like you are a bit of a judgy cunt, that's okay. You can fix that. You can be forgiven. I mean, I can't forgive you. I'm not God, or whatever you believe in. Maybe Mother Earth can forgive you, but I mean, well, I forgive you. Can someone else forgive you? All you need to do, really, all who needs to forgive you is you. Do you forgive you? You should. Okay, good. Now, next step. You feel great? So, the next thing you need to do, and this is true. Well, the next thing you need to do is forgive the people who have done you wrong. I don't think there's any point in holding grudges in this world. I'll talk shit about people who I used to know who wronged me, but kind of in a joking way. I don't actually really hope that anything bad happens to them because, again, like, well, first of all, I'm not God or anything close to it. But also, like, this is related to confidence, I promise. You can't hold grudges like that. Like, it's just not worth it. And it's like such a waste of mental energy. And it also keeps you in this mindset where you like kind of have this invisible audience of people that you don't like, and you're thinking like, oh, I need to look good because I need to show them. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't need to show anyone. You need to show for you. That's all. If I was doing all of this because I wanted to show so and so who wronged me, like in middle school or high school or whatever, I'd look very different because I'd be holding other people as the judgment in my mind. And that's not, like, they don't have good taste. Fuck them. Fuck all those people. They have bad taste. You have good taste. Get rid of them. And again, like, write poetry, write a long poem about how you forgive them, and even if it's not real, okay, again, this is like, you don't need to forgive people who like do like really bad things to you. Like, obviously, that's your own journey. But you know, if you were bullied or something, just kind of work that out. Write a poem, think about it, think about how it affected you, and then let it go like a bird in the wind. Because you don't need that invisible audience in your mind. You need to let it go. I know it's hard, easier said than done. Now that it's done, it's easy to say. But again, it's possible. You can do it. Also, unfollow everyone that you hate from your past on any social media. Don't look at them anymore. They don't exist to you anymore. You're going somewhere else. You don't need them. Anyways, but yeah, I never thought I was cute. What changed, Lizzie? What happened was I was, I was going to, okay, basically, there was a point, when I was, it was like, I can't remember what year it was, but there was a point when I was like 15, 16, where I was like, I like lost all my friends, lol. And I had this like whole summer where I didn't have any friends. Again, you're thinking, how could such a glam and gorge queen find herself in such a situation? Because I wasn't for a long time, and I was like, I had no friends, and I was like, what am I gonna do? This sucks. And what I ended up doing was I like really just developed like a whole personality that I didn't have before, because I was always trying to be what my friends wanted to be, and I was always competing with them, and it was really weird. And I'm like, weird. My friends were weird too. Everyone was weird. Things are weird when you're like 15. It's a weird time. And if you're 15, my condolences. But basically, one more point that I have to remember to get to. Basically, I thought I was like a loser, like whatever, and then I started really getting into, again, it was like a little, I said this again in the other video, I was like, I was aware of like that art existed. It was crazy. I like found like, I remember that's when I was listening to like Bob Dylan and like the Beatles. I'd never listened to any of that before, like actually, because my parents were like 80s, 90s kids, so I like grew up on like Depeche Mode. So I was like, and loved Depeche Mode for the record. But I was like, oh my gosh, like this exists, this is crazy. And I had never, and also I had never really critically examined the art that my parents introduced me to. Now that I'm like old enough to appreciate New Order, I'm like, oh hell yeah, like XTC, like let's go. But I didn't at the time. So this was the first time I was like interacting with art and engaging with art with my own critical mind and judging it for myself. And I was like, whoa, this is like amazing. Like people make real shit. Like this is crazy. And it introduced me to this whole world of music, art, culture, fashion that I had never interacted with before. And that's why the 60s will always be like, it isn't always the decade that I'm dressing in, but it always will hold a very special place in my heart, because it was the first decade that I interacted with that wasn't the one that I was in, that I loved, and that like really impacted me as a person, artistically, stylistically, fashion-wise. I always kind of come back to the 60s, even though I'm like very much a 20s girl right now. I think the 20s and the 60s go hand in hand. This is a different conversation, but anyways, so the point I'm making, basically, get your own interests, your own hobbies that exist beyond this time and space and what your friends like. This is very important. You cannot, not everything you like can be from like the past 10 years, because then you will always compare yourself to everyone else. Like, you need to just compare yourself with people who are dead, people who have no opinions, people who you can just look at pictures at, because really, like, when you're always comparing yourself to like your friends, you're always gonna feel like shit, because they're your peers. You go to parties with them, you like meet people with them, you compare yourself and your face and your body to them. Like you, and this can happen with like people in pictures and like magazines and stuff, but like if you really have like kind of like a, I don't know, I feel like if you like have like a really wide range of things that you like, and also that's the nice thing about like vintage is I think that even though like body regimens and like body expectations have always been very strict regardless of the time frame, bodies do come in and out of trend, so you can kind of find whatever era works best for you instead of trying to fit your body into the clothes that are popular now. For example, I have no boobs, no hips, a little bit of butt because God wasn't so cruel to me. And I found that 20s drop waist gowns look really good on me. I know that a lot of people are kind of insecure in drop waist, even though I think that they look gorgeous on everyone. And again, like if you want like hashtag body positivity, there is a ton of queens, curvier queens in the 20s that, again, body types I feel like aren't as well represented now. And again, like you look into vintage stuff and you can find whoever you feel like speaks to you. You have this like whole canvas that you can go through of endless art and material to really build yourself. And that really, I think, gives me the biggest confidence, is because I feel like I was so insecure and I was only comparing myself to my friends and like people like my age who were famous. Like, and don't get me wrong, I still get insecure about how I look sometimes, but well, actually not that much anymore, because I kind of like, I don't know, I have like I look crazy now, so I don't really compare myself to how other people look, because it's like, well, if you don't have like a bow lip and like no eyebrows, like I don't want to look like you anyways, like lol. But yeah, I think that one of the biggest things is just having like a ton of stylistic ideas and references to really build a look for yourself that is free from societal constraints. That is like the best thing you can do to boost your confidence, in my opinion. And vintage bitches, they aren't always super confident. I mean, I won't lie, you meet some freaks every now and then, but I do think as a whole, people who dress vintage, I'm not saying you have to dress vintage for the record, you can just influence your style with different things to really mold your style to mold it to what best fits what you like. But I do think that dressing vintage is sort of just like it's like you're kind of outside the mainstream anyway, so it's like whatever, like I don't really care, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, but oh yeah, what I was gonna say is just like, you won't get, but that's the thing, right? You will never get, I think a lot of people, and for me for a while, like people always say like, oh, can we just bring this back in style? Like we need to bring this back in style. Just wear it. Just wear it. Just wear it. Wear a big medieval cone hat on your head. Wear it. I've been meaning to make one so I can wear it to the club. But yeah, like just wear it. Just wear it. Just wear lace gloves to the club. Wear platform shoes to work. Well, you may not work for your work. Wear it to school. Wear whatever. Wear a tube top to the movies. Who cares? No one cares. And you know what? Every time I make a weird stylistic choice, I always get someone complimenting me. And it doesn't even need to look good. It's just a moment. And they're like, whoa, that's crazy that you did that. And you're like, thank you. Because it was crazy that you did that. Hello. Just do it. No one's gonna give you permission to be crazy. That has to come from within. It really does. You have and it comes from me as well. Listen, look at my eyes. I got two. You have permission to be as crazy. Wait, let me look at the camera. You have permission to look as crazy as you want. Okay? Whoa. Yes. You do. So I've given you permission. So you go into it. But no one, again, like this goes back to my friend with her hair color. It wasn't even a crazy color. That was really what got me. I'm like, girl, you could dye this back. It doesn't matter. But yeah, like if you want to dye your hair turquoise, do it. Or people be like, oh, that's not in style anymore. Who gives a fuck? The only time they'd start a trend. Who cares? I'm sorry, my little bangs are bothering me. But yeah, don't worry about it. I recently saw a girl online. Oh my gosh, I was loving it. She's like really, like, everyone was into like Twilight stuff like a year or two ago. I mean, Twilight like never dies, but like, you know what I mean? Like everyone wanted like they wanted these tops, like the little baby doll tops. I kept mine because I like it. And also I found it at the thrift store and didn't pay $70 for it on Depop because I'm not crazy. Wear things because you like them. Maybe this isn't the top of the recommended thing anymore, but it's cute. It looks good on me. I'm not gonna throw it in the trash. And then like I saw a girl on Instagram the other day. And she, like, every video she posts looks like it's from, like, 2014. That's everything. Are you kidding me? With the pink filter on and EOS lip balm? Like, it's so out of style. It's, like, a second before coming back in style. Because it's, like, we all want that again. Like, just do your thing. Eventually, what you're doing will come back in style. And then you could say you did it before it was cool. But also, who cares? Because it doesn't matter. Because, like, I don't know. Like, also, like, in the age of the internet, like, everything is crazy right now. Every traditional rule that you maybe thought you knew about art is gone. Just do your thing. Who cares? And the cool thing now is you can archive it online for everyone to see your crazy adventures. Just do it, okay? Just do it. And just put shit on. Put a scarf on. Put makeup on. Put glitter on. Put glue glittered like rhinestones on your face. Put stockings on. Put platforms on. Do whatever you need to do, okay? And then I had another thing. Oh my gosh. I have a little list of my little points. Oh yeah. And then this is another thing. If you feel like you are not, like, again, I feel like a lot of the things I'm talking about are, like, physical things. I do think that's, okay, let me explain. I don't think that you need to only focus on how you look externally to feel good and confident. So I feel like maybe I focused a little bit too much on that. And maybe that's showing the cracks in my confidence. But truly, I think that if you have a actual unique style, that is a resemblance of confidence. And I do think that's a big part of it. And maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I mean, how I dress is a part of my confidence because it's expressing myself, and that is important to me. For personal confidence, and this is the other thing as well. This is style, but also confidence as well. If you feel like you're not very cool or fun or, like, sexy yet, if you feel that way and you're, like, really young, you are not supposed to be yet. Like, especially if you're not an adult yet. Like, you don't even know what, like, sexy is until you're an adult. Because if anyone finds you sexy before you're an adult, they should be on a list. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just true. Like, and, like, it's not your fault, but, like, I'm sorry, but you're wrong right now. You are not there yet. Soon you will be. And then you will understand. And that all comes with the confidence as well. Like, if you feel like, oh, I'm not confident, and you're, like, 15, of course you're not. If you're confident and you're 15, that's weird. No offense. No, I'm sorry. Just kidding. But also, like, maybe tone it down because you're not supposed to be yet. You're figuring the world out. You don't know anything yet. No. Confidence comes when you're, like, 19, maybe 20, maybe, I don't know, maybe it comes when you're 30. Like, you have to live first. You have to, like, see things first. Because you also, like, why would you be confident in a world if you don't even know that world yet? You don't even know if that world deserves you yet. So yeah, don't worry. If you feel like if you haven't found your confidence yet, it takes a while to find your city, your group, your world, your job, your everything. Like, it takes time. It also takes time to build your hobbies, your style. Like, and confidence comes from really liking yourself. So if you don't like yourself yet, that's okay. But there are things, and I said this to my friend. I said, and this is gonna sound mean, but I said, I think you need a hobby. And this isn't to be rude, but especially if you don't have a job, no offense to all my unemployed bitches out there, but if you don't have much to do, you'll focus on you, and then it'll make you insecure. You need to be really confident. To be confident, you need to be really okay being, like, alone with yourself. And that's what I learned that summer that I had no friends. I learned how to be, like chill with me. Like, I'm really, like, and that's why I haven't always been okay, but even though I have a good amount of friends, I see a lot of people, love all my friends, but I know at the end of the day that I am really good by myself. I can have a great day by myself. Sometimes I choose to have a great day by myself. Sometimes I don't want to see people that day. And you might be like, how? Like, how? Because you just find things that you are interested in, that only you are interested in. And fuck if anyone else says that you need to, like, have people to do. Like one of my favorite things to do, go see a movie by yourself. It is so much fun. Let's be honest. You don't need to talk during a movie. Sometimes it's fun, but you don't need to. It's like a completely solitary experience. You're gonna have your popcorn and slushy will be just as good if you're by yourself. And then you don't need to, like, coordinate with 5 different people to figure out when to see the movie. You don't need to be like, oh, come on, like, guys, please, can we see the Liza Minnelli documentary? And everyone's like, no, bitch, we're gonna see, like, whatever. And you're gonna be like, oh, girl, I don't want to see that. Like, come on, we're watching the Liza Minnelli documentary. Like, hello. Like, you don't need to do that. Do that. Like, see a movie by yourself. And then, like, do you have an interest in a hobby? If you have, like, you know, if you don't have any money, check, or even if you have, like, a teensy bit, check, they do, like, community classes and, like, dance classes and stuff, which I've been meaning to do. But also, if you do have, like, a teensy bit of money, like, there are dance classes that are like $150, art classes, like, whatever it is you want to. And also, like, low-key, the internet's free as fuck. Like, I learned banjo, like, completely online, which I literally just learned it with, and no one told me to learn the banjo. I don't know anyone who plays the banjo IRL except for one professor who told me about that, like, after I'd already been playing for 2 years. Like, I didn't know anyone who played the banjo when I picked up the banjo. I picked up the banjo because I had a dream about the banjo, and then I found a feather on the ground when I was taking a walk, and I took it as a sign, and I bought one on eBay. And then I watched YouTube videos, and that's how I learned. Like, just take the signs, take what you can get, follow your interests, and that will build a natural, okay, you kind of fake it, but also you will have a natural confidence from liking yourself, liking the things you do, having hobbies, having things you know you can fall back on. And that's the other thing, you will get a lot of confidence when you say, when you know that you're talking to someone and you know, like, I don't need you to like me. I like me. I like what I do. Boom. So yeah, sorry if this is like a mess. I have one more point. So I used to, when I a couple of years ago, I was really like, I felt really out of it. I was like, how are, like, people, like, how do people already know each other? How is everyone already friends? How is everyone always making friends so quickly? Why does everyone know where everything is? Why is everyone already, like, I was so, like, confused. I thought that everyone already knew all the good clubs. They already knew all the good parties. They already knew everything. And I felt really out of it because I was like, I'm not going to any parties. I'm not going to any clubs. I was really scared. I was like, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized, well, actually, I didn't realize anything. I just sort of was, like, hanging out. I made my friends. I made real friends. Important. I made real friends. And we just sort of hung out and we did our thing. And eventually, I kind of just found everything naturally. I would talk to people and all of a sudden you get invited somewhere. Or you talk to someone, they'd be like, oh yeah, this club is cool. And you'd be like, oh, okay. Or, like, you talk to your friend and like if you think that, like, everyone else knows about things, but you don't, it's coming. I know that it sucks because it feels like everyone else is in on something that you aren't in on. It's not true. People are faking it a lot. Again, as I said, people want to be cool. They want to seem cool. So they'll pretend that they've been invited everywhere and they've seen everything. But no one's seen everything. Maybe you don't know any of the cool parties or the cool clubs yet. But cool is an illusion. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing to chase because cool is always changing. Don't chase cool. Chase fun. Chase enjoyment for you. I like to go to clubs, and sometimes I'll say to someone, I'll be like, I like this club, and they'll be like, ooh, like, I hate that place. And I'll be like, You know what? You have every right to say you don't like that place. But I've had good times there, and I'll probably be back because I like it. You know what I mean? And I used to feel really nervous. I was like, am I not at the right place? Like, is this not cool enough? Like, like, who cares? That's not the point of existence. The point of existence is to be cool. It's to have fun. And the people who, and I know it's tempting, especially when you're young, and like whatever, like your like Pinterest board is like full of like Edie Sedgwick and like you know like Lou Reed, and you're like, I want to be cool. I want to like smoke cigarettes and be cool. It comes with time. Don't chase cool, chase fun, and cool will come. Words of wisdom from myself, hopefully. Yeah, I don't chase that anymore because it's not something you can chase. It's not something that you will ever catch. You will either be fun and have fun, and people will be drawn to it, and maybe they won't, and it's okay, because you'll have friends you actually care about, not people that you're friends with because you think they're cool, or you think like, I don't know, like some sort of weird like networky thing. No, just have real friends, have you, and all of the rest of the confidence that you need will build up when you like how you dress, for when you have a lot of styles that you like, and you actually find a style that you actually enjoy, you will have confidence. When you take charge of what you want, you actually have confidence. When you have hobbies that you actually enjoy just for you, you have confidence. When you have friends that you love that are around you, you will have confidence. When you, what else did I say? Oh yeah, when you block everyone you hate on Instagram, you will have confidence. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, if you don't like someone, don't follow them. Especially, I feel like it's kind of fake too. Like, who cares? You won't see that person. And if you do, who cares? Literally, who cares? Like, and that low-key, that's like a major confidence move. Because if they're like, oh my god, like, you unfollowed me, it's like, yeah, I don't like you. We don't have to get along. Unless if it's like your coworker or something, that'll be kind of awkward. But yeah. And if someone, and I get, you get challenged sometimes. Sometimes you'll meet someone, you'll be like, I don't know, a little scary. But just be you. Remember that you have you. You like yourself. And if they don't like it, you tried your best, and you don't need to try and keep making something work if you don't like it. Just do your thing. Anyways, I hope this wasn't a huge, mess. In my mind, this made a lot of sense. And then I realized halfway through I was just doing a style video. And then I was like, what does that say about me as a person? LOL. Anyways, yeah, I hope this helped you. How to be confident, sexy, fun. How to not give a fuck at all about what other people think, because fuck them. And also, yeah. Anyways, sexy girls, it's time for bed for me. If you're going out, and I like to watch ASMR in the middle of the day, so maybe you're out and just doing things, and that's cool for you as well. But anyways, wherever you are, have a good morning or night or day or whatever.